Most companies think they need a massive budget and a fresh film crew to launch every single new piece of content. But some of the most effective work I've produced for clients came from hard drives, not cameras. In this video, I'm going to show you how to audit the assets you already have and turn them into client-generating content without filming a single new frame. Because here's the thing, you've probably got years of experience, presentations, Zoom calls, client meetings, webinars, workshop recordings, and most of that stuff is just sitting there on a hard drive somewhere, gathering digital dust. Meanwhile, you're staring at a blank content calendar thinking, I need to film something new. No, you don't. You need to find what you've already got. So in this video, I'm going to show you the asset pyramid, how to categorize what you've already filmed, also a real world example where we turned hours of Zoom recordings into months of thought leadership content, and the 30-minute audit you can do today to find the hidden gems on your hard drive. I've spent over 28 years making TV, and one of the biggest skills you learn in that world is how to get something out of nothing. How to look at archive footage, offcuts, B-roll, stuff nobody thought was really useful, and turn it into a new finished film. And that's exactly what we're doing today. And look, if you're watching this thinking, I need more than just an audit, I need someone to actually walk me through the whole video creation process from scratch, I've built something for that. It's called Video Unlocked. It's a free course, takes about 40 minutes to complete if you actually do the work. And by the end of it, you'll have recorded your first piece of content. Not perfect, but done. The link for that's in the description, so grab that after you've watched this video. So I was working with a client a few years ago, a biotech company called Biotronic. They make medical devices, pacemakers, cardiac equipment, that kind of thing. And they had a problem I see everywhere. They were regularly hosting online training sessions for all of their consultants, Zoom calls with leaders in their field, cardiac specialists, surgeons, other medical professionals, sharing their experience, their insights and their expertise. Really, really high value stuff. All of it was being recorded automatically, every single session. But then what? Well, it just sat there on a hard drive somewhere for years. And the client happened to mention this in a conversation one day, like, you know, we've got hours of this stuff, we just don't know what to do with it. And I said, well, why don't you create clips out of it all? So here's what we did. We went through all of those recordings and we started pulling out little clips, 60-second, 90-second snippets where a cardiac surgeon would explain a technique, or a consultant would share a case study, or someone would answer a common question. Short, punchy, self-contained. And we started posting those on the company's socials, LinkedIn, YouTube, their website. Suddenly, Biotronic wasn't just a device manufacturer, they were a thought leader. They were publishing expert insights from the very best people in their field. But we didn't stop there, because we also noticed that across all of these different Zoom calls, people were talking about the same topics, just from different angles. So we then created topic-based highlight reels. So we'd take every input from every expert talking about managing atrial fibrillation, and we'd put them together in one 5-minute video, a collection of different perspectives from different calls. A proper thought leadership piece. 2 types of content, neither of which required employing a crew or booking a shoot day or flying anyone anywhere. We were just reformatting an existing asset for a different purpose. That is the asset audit. So here's the lesson in all of this. Most people think about video like this. I need to create new content, so I need to book a shoot. And that means I need a crew, a camera, a location, a script, and then they get overwhelmed and they don't do anything. But if you flip it and you start with what you've already got, everything suddenly changes. And I call this the asset pyramid. And there's 3 layers to it. And the first layer is raw archive. It's the stuff that was never meant to be content. Things like the old Zoom recordings, webinars, client calls, internal training sessions, extra footage from other projects. Most people would dismiss this as not good enough, but with the right editorial thinking, actually it's gold. Second layer is previous projects, content that you've already made, case studies, testimonials, presentations, but maybe they're in the wrong format. Maybe they're a 30-minute webinar that needs to be 90-second clips, or a PDF that should be a video. And then you've got layer 3, the social snippets. This is content that you've already posted, LinkedIn videos, Instagram stories, YouTube shorts. Can you repurpose them? Can you combine them into a longer piece? Can you take the best performing bits and build a greatest hits style compilation? The point is this, before you go ahead and book a shoot, audit what you've already got, because I guarantee that you're sitting on assets you can use right now. So here's what I'd love you to do. Set a timer for 30 minutes, Go through your sent folder, your Google Drive, your Zoom recordings, your old project files, and look for 3 things. Firstly, expert moments. Anytime you or someone else explains something really well, a client question that you answered, a workshop segment that landed really well, a Zoom call where you broke down a complex concept. Secondly, client results, any photos, clips, testimonials, or case studies that prove an outcome, even if they're a bit rough, even if they're just a screenshot of a message. And the third thing is repeated themes. If you've got 10 Zoom calls, are there topics that keep coming up? Can you pull all of those moments together into one best of video? Just find 3 clips, that's it, 3. And then ask yourself, could I post this? Can I repurpose this? Could I turn this into something? And if the answer is yes, you've just saved yourself a shoot day. And listen, this is especially relevant if you're an IFA, an accountant, or a wealth manager, because I know a lot of you have been doing client review calls on Zoom for ages, or you've hosted webinars on tax planning, pension strategies, market updates. That's loads of client education videos already recorded, already on your hard drive. You just need to clip them out. Now, you might be watching this and thinking, okay, fine, I get it. I've got some assets, but my content is boring. My industry is technical. My clients don't want to watch videos about tax legislation or medical devices or compliance procedures. Wrong. That's actually the advantage. Because here's what no one wants to tell you. In the high trust economy, boring is just another word for reliable. Your technical expertise, your dry, detailed, deep knowledge, that's not a weakness, that's the trust signal. The Coke drinkers want entertainment, they want viral trends and flashy content. The whiskey drinkers, your best clients, they want the technical truth, they want the depth, they want the proof that you know what you're talking about. And the more boring your content feels to you, actually the more valuable it is to them. So in the next video, I'm breaking down the boring advantage. I'm going to show you why wealth managers and accountants, or anyone who thinks their business is a bit boring for video, are actually sitting on the most powerful marketing weapon they've got. It's all about the boring advantage. Watch that next, because if you've been avoiding video because you think your industry's not exciting enough, that video will change everything. If this was useful, I mean genuinely useful, please do hit subscribe, because I'm building a series here that takes you from, I don't know what to film, to I've got a library of assets working for me 24/7. And if you're a coach, consultant, or course creator, make sure you grab Video Unlocked. It's free and the link is below. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.